back to another week. So we're gonna do obviously the daily breakdown. We're gonna start off first with US30. So you guys already know that US30 overall we're in a bullish bias, right? If you guys look at the weekly candle closure, we did close a very strong bullish candle, breaking above the previous structure, which is resistance, also the previous all-time highs, right? So the daily time frame, you guys can see that with the same exact thing, we broke above the previous structure, right? And now we're currently having the pullbacks, right? So to keep it very simple, all I'm going to be waiting for, which is the long-term play, right? This sent you guys the analysis about this, the same exact last week around Thursday or Friday, that all I'm going to be waiting for is literally just to pull back into these two zones over here. So the first zone is going to be 39,250 and the next one is going to be 39,200. So all I'm going to be waiting for is obviously the pullback into this zone for a long-term play, right? The pretty much the same thing that happened over here. You know, we broke above resistance, price broke above it, pullback, and it just kept pushing back into the upside, right? Pretty much the same exact setup that I'm going to be waiting for. Now, we don't know exactly when price can head there. I don't know if it's going to be today, tomorrow, or for these next couple of days, or maybe it doesn't even head back down there, right? But this is going to be the long-term play. So of course, if it pulls back, remains up above, it gives you guys those rejection, definitely will be looking for buy position right above here. Now, for the high risk trade that I'll be interested in taking today, right now, this is a high probability setup. Now, the setups that I'm going to show you guys right now are going to consider as high risk. So if we do get those set up, then you guys got to be very, very careful or cautious exactly how you guys going to be entering the trades, right? So check this out. We're currently in a sell position with the VIP member, the sell position that we did take last week, which is currently running over a 1-to-4 risk to reward over 300 pips, right? So this is a 4% trade that we are playing now. This is a potential 6% if we obviously hit our final take profit. Now, I'll probably be looking to enter or continue entering another setup with the sell position if in the New York session, which opens up in a couple of minutes, right, or opening bell, which is around 9:30 for the indices, if we do get a candle closure under, right? So if we get a 30-minute, 15-minute candle closure under the zone and we start seeing that price gives us those pullback and does manage to remain itself under the 39,400, then I'll be interested in taking the sell position from right there all the way back into my area of interest, which is going to be the 39,200 zone, right? So anything under the 39,400, I'll be interested in taking the sell position. Again, make sure that you guys are risking properly. This is considered as a high risk setup. Now, another zone that I'll be interested in taking the opposite setup, which is a buy position, will be a break and retest, same exact story, above the 39,500. So anything above 39,500, I'll be interested in looking for a buy position as long as price can remain itself above it. Give you guys those rejection, I'll be interested in taking buys back into the 39,660, which will be the first take profit. If it keeps continue breaking above, the second take profit will be around the 39,730, right? So same exact, this is the two zone that I'll be interested right now. Another zone to keep an eye on definitely is going to be this two zone over here. So this is another zone to keep an eye on, possibly containing sales right there as well. So like I was saying, this will be another setup which will be considered as a higher probability, right? So we have two high probability setup that I'll be interested in taking for these next couple of days. So we got one high probability over here, which is going to be the pullback into the zone for buy opportunities if it does remain itself above it. Another high probability setup that I'll be looking for will be a pullback into these two zones as well, to consider taking some sales position or add the second position around these areas as well, which is going to be roughly around the 39,700 zone, right? So looking for sales here, and then I'm looking for buys here again if price does remain itself above it, give you guys those confirmation. Now, the high risk setup that we'll be interested in taking today will be the same one that I showed you guys. A break and retest above 39,500 to take it to this zone, a break and retest under the 39,400 to then take it down into this zone. Same story. Here, be very, very cautious. Since it's high risk, you guys obviously don't want to be risking more, right? So just be cautious trading around these two zones over here. We're going to go into gold now. So this morning or last night, we can say our buy position from 2160, which was shared with you guys as well, end up playing out very nice, hitting for a take profit of a 1-to-3 risk to reward, also over 150 pips. And then on top of that, we did take some sell position. It was called out as a sell stop in the VIP group around 2175, which as you guys can see, once price did break here, we got the active around 2175. Played out amazing, hitting for another 1-to-2 risk to reward over 100 pips. So we caught the buys here, which played out for 150. We take some sells here, which played out for 100 pips. over 250 pips already made in the VIP group slash 5%. So we have 3% here and then 2% now. Now we're still currently in the sell position over here. We already secured some profits here, but we're having our stop loss at break even. We're gonna wait to see what price is gonna do next. Now, to keep it very simple with you guys today with gold, right? We don't have any new sessions, so I believe gold is gonna be pretty chill today. But to keep it very simple with you guys, I'm not really interested in looking for any trade in this blue box over here, right? So let me show you guys in a bigger picture. We're currently under at this area of resistance, which is 21.76, which as you guys can see, price broke under. We got the pullback here, which it did reject. Same thing over here, it did reject, right? So we're pretty much under the 21.76. Over here, we're above this area, which is resistance, which we're currently holding above as support, right? So it's not really range, not really consolidation, but this right here is not what I'm interested in, right? So the only thing that I'll be interested in taking today will be breakouts. So if price does manage to break above the 21.76, right, and this has to be in the 1 hour time frame, right? So I'm waiting for a 1 hour bullish candle closure, right? So something like this, a bullish candle closure above it, and then in the lower time frame, I'm gonna be waiting to see if price can remain itself above it, right? So check this out. We're gonna have to get a bullish candle closure like this, and then in the lower time frame, we're gonna have to see if price can remain itself above the 21.76. So if it does something like this, for example, this is a great example. So if price does something like this, breaks above it, this candle over here starts breaking under it, this right here is not a pullback, this right here is not a confirmation that is telling you that price is ready to take off, right? We want to make sure that price is above it, right? So if it does this again, I'm not interested in taking the buys. Maybe look for sells if price again remain itself under, right? But we need something like this, and then a pullback like this, remain itself above it, and then this will be a good entry. And now if it does the opposite, that pretty much it breaks above it and then breaks back under and does something like this, then I'll be interested in taking the sells, same exact sells that we took here and right over here. Simple. Now the zone that I will take it, right, if we do get those possibility buys, this will be my take profit over the 21.85. Now if we break above the 21.85, you guys can obviously continue, just simply wait for those breaking retest setup, and then you guys can take it anywhere around these zones over here. Now for the opposite, which is the sell opportunity, right? If we do get a breakout, I'm going to be looking for the breakout under the 21.60, right? Like I explained to you guys, this is an area of resistance where we are holding above as support right now. So if same story, if we get a candle closure, just wait for pullback, something like this, make sure that price does remain itself under, then I'll be interested in taking those sells back into the next zone, which is going to be the 21.47. Now, same story. If price does reject again the 21.60, we remain ourselves above it, then you guys are good to start taking the buy position, right? So today with gold, it's just gonna require a lot of patience and just wait for the right setup, right? So those are 4 setups that I'm gonna be looking for. Those are the possibility, right? If we do get the breakout clean candle, then those are very high probability. But if price does the same exact thing, reject, remain itself under, you guys, I do consider you guys to risk very, very low. So that's gonna be pretty much the breakdown for today, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.